Good morning, student. Welcome to the class. In the last class, we have discussed about the IUPAC nomenclature of organic compounds, especially hydrocarbons. So I think you have gone through all the video I have given, and now you are able to do the IUPAC nomenclature of any kind of hydrocarbons. So in this class, we will move further and we will discuss about the IUPAC nomenclature of organic compounds having functional groups. So the basic rules are similar, but 2 or 3 more rules will be added. So first, in this chart, there are some functional group, and also their name, that means the prefix and suffixes are written here. So let me discuss. The first kind of functional group and first class kind of compound is alcohol. So the structure of the functional group you all know. It is OH. Okay. So if any organic compound contains OH group, that means it is a alcohol. And the name of the functional group is that means if it is present as prefix, then it is hydroxy, and the suffix of the functional group is ol. Now what is prefix and suffix? So if only one functional group is present, we will focus on the suffix. That means we will use the suffix of that functional group. And if the compound contains more than one functional group, then we will write the prefix of one and the suffix of the other. So in which case we will use the suffix and in which case we will use the prefix, that I will discuss in a later part. First, just try to remember the prefix and suffix of all functional group. Okay, what are prefix and what are suffix, and in which cases we will use, we will discuss it later. First, just remember the name. So alcohol, the prefix of alcohol is hydroxy and the suffix is ol. Aldehyde, it is represented by CHO, okay, and this is the expanded form. This is the condensed form. So generally we write like this CHO, but sometimes it may be written like this. That means C double bond OH. Okay, this is the expanded form. So you have to know both the term. And for aldehyde, that means CHO, the prefix is oxo and the suffix is L. Next class of functional group or next class of compound is ketone. So ketone is written as CO, and if you expand the formula, then it will be like this, C double bond O, and the prefix of ketone is oxo and the suffix is on. Similarly, another class of compounds, nitrile, the functional group, structure of functional group is CN, expanded form is C triple bond N, and its prefix is cyano while the suffix is nitrile. Similarly, another class of compound, carboxylic acid, its functional group, the formula of the functional group is COOH. In expanded form, it is looking like this. Although it is generally written, always we will write the suffix of this functional group, and the suffix is oic acid. But you have to know the prefix also. If sometimes it may be present as prefix, then we will write it as carboxy. So these are the basic functional group. You have to know the prefix as well as suffix. So there are lots of functional group available, but we will focus only on this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have to remember only 5 of these. Okay, so these are the most important functional group. I think you will remember. Okay, alcohol, aldehyde, ketone, nitrile, and carboxylic acid. Okay, and how you can recognize them? Just simple. OH, you know, this is simple. CHO contain one C double bond O group, but the other side is blocked by a hydrogen. So if there is a C double bond O group and the one side of the compound is blocked by hydrogen, then it is CHO, and the other part contain any alkyl group. Alkyl means R, means any carbon containing group. Okay, so R means any carbon containing group. For example, CH3CHO. This is one aldehyde. Okay, this is carbon containing group, R group. That means alkyl group. Okay, So it may be CH3, CH2, CH3, CH2, CHO. That is also one aldehyde. So there is a carbonyl group, and the one part is connected with a hydrogen, and the other part containing carbon-containing group. Okay, and sometimes it is written in a condensed formula. For example, CH3, CH2, CHO. We can write like this. Okay, and ketone and aldehyde both are known as carbonyl compound. Both are same, almost similar. So ketone also contain one carbonyl group, but both the side are open. That means both the side contain carbon containing group. Okay, that is ketone. That is a aldehyde. In which one side of the carbonyl group, one side of the C double bond group is connected with a hydrogen, and the other part is carbon containing group. And in ketone, both the side of the CO group is R group. That means carbon containing group. So if there is a carbonyl group, that means C double bond, and both the side are connected with carbon, then it is ketone. And if only one side is connected with carbon, but the other side is connected to hydrogen, then it is called aldehyde. And how can you recognize carboxylic acid? Carboxylic acid also contain one C double bond group. But in this case, the other one part is connected with a OH, and the other part is connected with a alkyl group. Alkyl means methyl, ethyl, propyl, any carbon containing group. Okay, so aldehyde, ketone, and carboxylic acid you have to remember. So aldehyde, ketone, and carboxylic acid, all of this contain this carbonyl group. Okay, but if the one side is blocked by hydrogen, then it is called aldehyde. Other part is suppose methyl by any carbon containing group. And if both the part contain carbon containing group, both the side contain carbon containing group, then it is called ketone. And if one part is blocked by OH and the other part contain a carbon containing group, then it is called carboxylic acid. Clear? So all of this compound contains CO group, but the side chains determines whether it is a base acid or ketone or carboxylic acid. Okay, now you all know about the functional group, mainly these 5 functional group you know. Now we will give the name to the compounds having functional group. First, let me discuss the nomenclature of alcohols. So in case of alcohols, you know that the suffix is all. When there is only one functional group, we will always focus on the suffix, not the prefix. Okay, so now we will focus on the suffix of the functional group, and when we will use suffix, if the compound contain only one functional group, then we will use the suffix of that functional group. Okay, now we are considering the suffix, we are not focusing on the prefix. So what is the suffix of alcohol? It is all, you know that. Now let me discuss this compound CH3, CH2, 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 OH. How many carbon atoms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is a butane, and in one position there is a all, so it is butane 1 all. Now see, from which side you will count? Counting should be done in such a way that the functional group gets the lowest possible position. Agor ki asle ami substituentok priority disilu je enukake numbering korim jate substituent kom number paয়. কিন্তু এতিয়া যদি ফাংশনাল গ্ৰুপ থাকে তেতিয়াহলে প্ৰায়োৰিটি সদায় কাক দিয়া হয় ফাংশনাল গ্ৰুপক সো এনেকুৱাকে নাম্বাৰিং কৰিবা যাতে ফাংশনাল গ্ৰুপটোৱে কম সংখ্যাটো পায় বুজি পালা সো ইন দিস কম্পাউন্ড we'll count from this side because if we count from this side then only the OH group get the lowest position so it is butane 1 all. Let us consider the second example 1 2 3 4 5. Why I am counting from this side? Because the OH should get the third position, but in this case you can count from any side, because if you count from this side also then the OH group will get the third position, and if you count from right hand side then also the OH group get the third position. So in such cases you can count from any side. So what will be the name? Pentane 3 all. Okay, now let us consider the third example. In this case there is a functional group as well as substituent. This is functional group, this is substituent. Okay, so as I have told you earlier, if functional groups are present then priority is always given to the functional group. So counting is done in such a way that the functional group get the lowest possible position. Okay, so in this case we'll count from that side in which the functional group get the lowest position. In this case, the functional group is present in such a way that you can count from any side, but it will get third position. If you count from this side, then it will get third position. If you count from this side, then also it will get third position. In such cases, we will count from right hand side only. Why? Because if we count from right hand side only, if we count from right hand side, then OH group will definitely get third position, but the other substituent, that means methyl, also getting the lowest position. So without affecting the position of OH, we can give the lower number to the substituent also. That means we have to count from right hand side. So what will be the name? As you know well, that if substituents are present, their names are always written first. So 2 position there is a methyl. So 2-methyl pentane 3-ol. Okay. In the previous case, there was no functional group. Therefore, it was pentane 3-ol or pentane 1-ol. But in this case, since there is a functional group, so you have to write the name of the functional group before the name of the parent chain. So therefore, 2-methyl pentane 3-ol. Similarly, this side, this next compound, you can count from this side 1, 2, 3. You cannot count from this side, because if you count from this side 1, 2, 3, 4, OH will get 4th position. But if you count from this side, OH will get 3rd position. So definitely counting should be done from right hand side. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the 2nd position and 5th position, there are 2 methyl group. Substituents are present, that means their name has to be written before the name of the parent chain. So what will be the name? Since there are 2 methyl group, so 2,5 dimethyl hexane 3-ol. Okay, 2,5 dimethyl hexane 3-ol. This is a cyclohexane ring. Okay, so one OH group is there, therefore it will be a cyclohexanol or cyclohexyl alcohol. In the next case, there are 2 OH group. Can you see it? There are 2 OH group. If 2 OH group are present, then we have to write diol. 2 OH groups are present, just count 1, 2, 3, 4. You can count from this side also 1, 2, 3, 4. Since 2 and 3 position, there are 2 in 2 and 3 position, there are 2 OH group. Therefore, butane 2,3 diol. If substituents are present, then we will write the name of the substituents before. But here no substituents are present. 2 functional groups are present, but both 2 OH groups are there, which are both of them are functional group. Therefore, we will write their name later, and the name will be butane 2,3 diol. Okay. If more than one ol is present, that means OH group is present, you have to write diol or triol or tetraol, etc. So that is all about your IUPAC nomenclature of alcohol. Next, let me discuss about the IUPAC nomenclature of aldehyde. Aldehyde. Now, what is the suffix? We always focus on suffix because now we are considering only the compound where only one functional groups are present. So here suffix is L. Okay, L. Now see, HCHO. How many carbon atoms are there? 1 carbon atom. Now always remember that CHO group. This CHO group itself contain 1 carbon. Okay, so that carbon always get first position. আগৰ কি আছিল OH আছিল OH ৰ কাৰ্বন আছিল বাট এটা কি আছে CH ৰ এটা কাৰ্বন আছে যদি ফাংশনাল গ্ৰুপটো নিজৰ এটা কাৰ্বন থাকে তেলে হিটো সদায় 1 নম্বৰ পজিশন পাবই আৰু ইয়াৰ কেটা কাৰ্বন আছে ই অকল এটাই কাৰ্বন আছে সো ইয়াৰ নামটো কি হ'ব মিথানেল এটা কাৰ্বন হলে কি হয় মিথানেল এটা কাৰ্বন হয় কাৰণে মিথেন আৰু তাৰ হেইটো এল হয় ঠিক আছে আৰু যদি ফাংশনাল গ্ৰুপটোৰ নিজৰে কাৰ্বন এটা থাকে তেতিয়ালে সেই ফাংশনাল গ্ৰুপটো যদি 1 নম্বৰ পজিশনত থাকে তেতিয়ালে তাক আমি নাম্বাৰ পজিশনটো মেনশন নকৰিলো হয় যেনেকৈ ইয়াত আমি মিথেন 1L বুলি নাই লিখা কেলে যে এলডিহাইড টু ফাৰ্স্ট পজিশনত আছে আৰু যেটো ফাংশনাল গ্ৰুপ দ্যাট মিন্স এলডিহাইড তাৰ নিজৰ এটা কাৰ্বন আছে সো এনেকুৱাটা যদি ফাংশনাল গ্ৰুপ 1 নম্বৰ পজিশনত থাকে যেটো নিজৰ এটা কাৰ্বন আছে তেনেকুৱা ক্ষেত্ৰত আমি তাৰ পজিশনটো মেনশন নকৰিলো হ'ব বাট OH ৰ নিচিনা ফাংশনাল গ্ৰুপ যত কাৰ্বন নাই তেনেকুৱাবোৰ ক্ষেত্ৰত কিন্তু 1 নম্বৰ পজিশনত থাকিলেও তাৰ পজিশনটো মেনশন কৰিব লাগিব সেকেন্ড এক্সাম্পল টু সোৱা CH2CHO how many carbon atoms are there 2 carbon atoms therefore it is ethanol CH2CHO here CHO is expanded form in this case CHO is in condensed form so how many carbon atoms are there 1 2 3 so it will be propanol next see 1, 2, 3, 4. Always you have to count from functional group side. So you have to count in such a way that functional group gets the lowest possible position. Then that is always you know. Now that means counting is always from aldehyde side. So in this case also 1, 2, 3, 4. But here there is a substituent. Okay. Along with the functional group there is a substituent also. So as I have told you earlier that if substituents are present, their names always written before the name of the same. So in this case also 3-methyl. First we will write 3-methyl. After that name of the parent cell, that means butane and then L. 3-methyl butanol. Okay. Next example. In this case also there are substituents. Counting is done from right hand side because if we count from that side then CHO get the lowest position. So 1, 2, 3, 4 means in is butane, and in second and third position there are 2-methyl group. So 2, 3 dimethyl. Name of the substituent is always written first. So 2, 3 dimethyl butanol. The next example. In this case there are 2 aldehyde group. Can you see it? Here there is a CHO group, that is one CHO. And in the other end there is one more CHO. So in such cases if 2 CHO group is present then just write dial 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 carbon atoms, so it will be butane 1, 4 dial. Okay. Next is your ketone. IUPAC nomenclature of ketone. In ketone, what is the suffix? What is the suffix? Now we are focusing on suffix. Okay. Prefix we will discuss in the next class. When we will write prefix, we will discuss in next class. So what is the suffix of ketone? That is on. O-N-E. So let us consider this one. Ketone etia চিনি পাইছা নে যে কেটনৰ কি থাকে মাজৰ এটা কাৰ্বনিল গ্ৰুপ থাকে দুটা সাইডে কি থাকে কাৰ্বন থাকে সো এটো সোয়া 1 2 3 তাৰমানে কি হ'ব প্ৰপেন আৰু 2 নম্বৰ পজিশন কি আছে অন আছে সো প্ৰপেন 2 অন নেক্সট एग्जांपल 1 2 3 4 কাউন্টিং সদায় আমি কোনফালৰ পৰা কৰিম ফাংচন গ্ৰুপৰ সাইডৰ পৰা এনেকুৱা কাউন্টিং কৰিম যাতে ফাংচন গ্ৰুপটা সদায় কি পাব লোয়েষ্ট পজিশন পাব সো ইন দিস কেস অলসো 1 2 3 4 that means butane 2 on. Okay. Next example, there is a substituent here. Along with the functional group, one substituent also present. So as I have told you earlier that functional group, if substituents are present, it has to be written before the name of the parent cell. So 3 position there is a methyl group. So 3 methyl and how many carbon atoms are there? 4. So 3 methyl butane 2 on. Okay. The last example. See, here there are 6 carbon atoms and there are 2 functional groups. 2 ketonic groups are present. Okay, so you can count from any side because from whichever side you will count, the first ketone get the second position and the next ketone get the 5th position. So you can count from any side. Here I am counting from left hand side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hexane 2,5 dione. If 2 on are present. On means ketone. If 2 ketones are present, then we will write dione. So hexane 2,5 dione. Okay. Next is your carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acid prefix to suffix to ki hoy? Ami khode suffix er kotha pati asu telke. Suffix to hoy oic acid. Okay. Functional group or suffix to ki hoy? Oic acid. For example, HCOH ইয়াটো ফাংশনাল গ্রুপটোত কি আছে নিজৰে এটা কাৰ্বন আছে দিছানে COH ৰ নিজৰে এটা কাৰ্বন আছে সো এটো ক্ষেত্ৰত এক নম্বৰ পজিশন থাকিলে আমি মেনশন নকৰো পজিশন ঠিক আছে দুইত থাকিলেহে পজিশন মেনশন কৰি সো এটো কি এটা কাৰ্বন আছে এটা কাৰ্বন আছে সো ইয়াৰ নামটো কি হ'ব মিথানয়িক এসিড মিথেন আৰু তাৰ লগত সাফিক্স কি লাগিছে অইক এসিড কিন্তু আমি মিথেন 1 অইক এসিড বুলি নিলিখো কেলে কারণ ফাংশন গ্রুপটো নিজৰে যদি এটা কাৰ্বন থাকে হি যদি এক নম্বৰ পজিশনত থাকে তেতিয়াল তাৰ পজিশন মেনশন নকৰিলে হ'ব দুই নম্বৰ থাকিলে কৰিব লাগিব CH3COH কেটা কাৰ্বন আছে সোৱা 1 2 so what will be the name ethanoic acid 2 carbon means ethane and add the suffix ethanoic acid next example here there is a substituent counting is done from right hand side because functional group has to get the lowest possible position so 1 2 3 4 what is the position of the substituent there is a methyl group in the third position. So always the name of the substituent written before. So 3-methyl. How many carbon? 4. So butanoic acid. 3-methyl butanoic acid. Last example. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Counting is done from right hand side, as you know the reason. Now there are 2 methyl group. That means 2 substituents are there. You have to write their name first. 2 and 3. In second and third position there are 2 methyl group. So that means 2, 3 dimethyl. How many carbon atom? 5 carbon atom. So 2,3-dimethyl pentanoic acid. So like this we can give the name to the compound having functional group. So I think you understand how to give name to organic compound. So practice it, and if you can do this, then it will be very helpful for you for first year organic classes. Okay, thank you very much.